Hello?
Hello?
Welcome to the mini story for the race.
Yes.
Let's get started. It was 5 o'clock, and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding
At
his
5 o'clock,
motorcycle
right?
in San
At
Francisco.
5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle.
Oh.
Was Alan riding his car? Or was Alan riding his motorcycle?
Alan was riding his
Of course,
motorcycle
Alan
in San
was
Francisco.
riding his motorcycle. Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
In San Francisco. Alan
In
was
San
riding
Francisco.
his motorcycle in San
Alan was
Francisco.
riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was he riding?
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock,
At
Alan
5
was
o'clock.
riding
Alan was riding his motorcycle
in
in
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco. He was riding down Van Ness Street and came to a stoplight.
Oh.
Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street. What was he riding on?
On motorcycle.
On a motorcycle. He was riding on
a
his
motorcycle.
motorcycle. Was he riding down Market Street? No, not Market Street. He wasn't riding down Market
Van Ness Street.
Was he riding down Lombard Street? No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street. He was riding down Van Ness Street.
Oh.
When? When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock,
At 5
Alan
o'clock.
was
At 5
riding
o'clock.
down Van Ness Street.
He was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5
Alan
o'clock.
was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock. Was he in a truck?
No, a motorcycle.
He wasn't in a truck. He was on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he came to a stoplight.
Oh.
Did Alan come to a go light?
No. Alan came to a stoplight.
He didn't come to a go light. He came to a stoplight. We never say go light.
Oh.
We only say stoplight.
Yes.
Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
On motorcycle and came to a stoplight.
Motorcycle. He was on a motorcycle when he came to
a stoplight.
Where was the stoplight?
On Van Ness Street in San Francisco.
On Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street? Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
It was a stoplight.
Van Ness, of
On
course,
Van Ness Street.
The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Who was at the stoplight?
Alan was stoplight.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in? In San Francisco, of course. Alan was in San Francisco. Where is Van Ness?
On Van Ness in San
Van Ness
Francisco.
Street is in San Francisco. Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco.
Oh.
Is Van Ness Street in New York? Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco?
Van Ness in San Francisco.
Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
On Van Ness in San
He was riding
Francisco.
on Van Ness Street in San Francisco. And he came to a stoplight.
Oh.
A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
Oh.
Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No. A red Ferrari
No,
pulls up
not behind
next to
him.
Alan.
The red Ferrari pulled up next to him. What pulled up next to Alan? A red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
No. A red Ferrari pulls
No,
up
no,
next
no.
to Alan.
Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to
Alan.
him.
Oh.
Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
A stoplight on Van Ness
At a
in San
stoplight
Francisco.
on Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street,
Oh.
a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Oh.
Was Alan in a red Ferrari?
Next,
No. Alan wasn't in a red Ferrari.
a
He
red
was
Ferrari
on
pulls
a
up
motorcycle.
next to Alan.
Alan was on a motorcycle. What did the red Ferrari